That was probably the most unique semifinal I've ever seen in all my time of watching The Masked Singer. Good morning, happy Thursday, everyone. Let me in. There, now I'm a little bit more center. Low and high Niagara kindness time. Let's see, what's my low? Well, well, you know what? Yesterday did seem to be kind of on the long side. And I get the feeling like today is going to feel that way too. But you know what? Sometimes that's usually what Wednesday, Thursday feels like. So, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff with that. My high though, okay, so in yesterday's video, I mentioned that my low was that I found myself worrying about something. That thing was actually, my father was actually going to be, ablated again because he has, arrhythmia. And I was worried that for whatever reason the procedure wouldn't go well. But procedure went well. My father's okay, which is really important. So all that time I was worried about my father. But again, surgery went well. It's fine. That was good. And my act of kindness was actually funny story about that. Because my father had surgery pretty early yesterday morning, and my mom gave me the text saying that my dad was okay as I was recording yesterday's video. Like if you see yesterday's video, you'll see me like lean forward a little bit and look. That's because my mom sent me that message. I couldn't quite read it at first because I was too busy, making the video, but there you go. What's my act of kindness? Well, I held the door for some people yesterday, as per usual. And, I talked to my mom several times throughout the day. It was great. Honestly, yesterday was a pretty solid hump day. It just felt kind of long. Excuse me. Ay. I guess I'd be remiss if I didn't first point out that, of all my time ever watching The Masked Singer, this is the largest pool of semi-finalists I've ever seen. Because normally when The Masked Singer has a semi-final episode, it's usually, 3-4 people max. This time we had 5. That's unreal. And what's even crazier is there was no battle royale either. Like, at this point, it really was people either are going to like you, you're either going to get voted off or you're not. Which definitely raised the stakes. If anything, it felt like a return to form from season 1. Because that's what it was for the semifinals and the final of season 1. It was just like 4 people, and then the finale was 3. But next week's finale essentially being, and you think with 5 contestants in this semifinals, you'd think there'd be a double elimination too. But no, only one person was eliminated, which is quite shocking to me. Hold on, I think, you know what? Considering that this is season 14, and we had a really long time in between season 13 and season 14, next week's going to be the first big finale that we've had, again, since season 13. And with 4 contestants left, I mean, could they fit 4 contestants in? Well, they can. They have done that. They've done that before. But this is the finale. It wouldn't surprise me if it winds up being like a 2-hour season 14 finale, which would be exciting to watch. Speaking of things that were exciting, the fact that this is the semifinals, it means there's no theme. You know, honestly, it's every contestant going out there singing whatever their best song is. Galaxy Girl did Misery Business by Paramore. Pangolin did It Must Have Been Love by Roxette. Crane did Break Free by Ariana Grande. Picasso did Bad Dreams by Teddy Swims. And Catwitch did Run to You by Whitney Houston. Again, no theme, no battle royale. Not even a ding dong keep it on this season. Everything you saw here was literally 5 contestants singing the very best song that they felt would help them get to the final. And I bet you on a different night, the outcome we had last night doesn't happen. But the outcome last night did happen. And it was Pangolin, who wound up being Rachel Platten. Oh gosh, that I have more notes out. Yep. Okay, so here's the thing. What I'm about to say, it's not that I dislike it, but I do find it kind of annoying. And Rachel Platten did her signature song, Fight Song, as her encore performance. I mean, I know that song all too well. Seriously, I'd say for a good maybe year and a half to almost 2 years, that song was blasted on the radio. And, I mean, it won a lot of awards. And Platten's vocal performance is great. And, yeah, there are people who kind of need that motivational song to, get them out of whatever rut they're in. Or if they're having bad times, you do need to fight. The problem is, though, there's already a whole bunch of other songs that do just that. Some of them aren't even telling you to fight. You just listen to the music and that motivates you. And I remember watching Todd in the Shadows doing his worst songs of the year that year. I think it was like 2016, wherever that song came out. And it was on, I think it was either on the list or it was an honorable mention. Or dishonorable mention. Sorry, because this was worst of the year. And he's like, your song is so bad. Work on your lyrics. Again, the message is there. And Platten's vocals are top notch. The lyrics in that song really need a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. I mean, yeah. You fix the lyrics in that song, it's a lot better. Yeah. That's about it. I mean, shoot, hold on. I mean, Rachel Platten's out, and I believe for the first time ever, we have a finals with 4 contestants. Ooh. I just thought of something. Because at the end of the day, there can only be one winner. And last night, we didn't have any sort of battle royale or, or a SmackDown, which is essentially the same thing. I think what's going to happen is, if this winds up being a 2-hour season finale, yeah, okay. I think this season might end with the battle royale between whoever the last 2 are standing. Wow. That would be cool. I think they're just going to do what they did last night. If next week's finale episode is only 1 hour, yeah, they're not. I mean, they could have a battle royale for the last 2 and just vote off the bottom 2, I suppose. That wouldn't be bad. But for real, this was an interesting episode to say the least. I mean, again, 5 contestants in the semifinals. That's the biggest pool of semifinalists the Masked Singer's ever had. Meaning next week's finale, which will have a pool of 4 finalists, will also be the largest pool of finalists any season of the Masked Singer's ever had. I'm trying to think, because right now I would say Galaxy Girl would probably be my pick to win it all after everything that's happened this season. But then Catwitch. If there's a battle royale, I think it's going to be between Catwitch and Galaxy Girl to decide who wins season 14. Yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, not to rule out Crane and Pub Casso. Actually, you know what? That might be another reason why we had 5 semifinalists last night and 4 finalists next week. Everybody in this season has been really, really, really good. Again, I still think it's going to be either Catwitch or Galaxy Girl. But considering that we waited a really long time in between seasons to get to this point, I'm just going to be happy with whoever wins. Really and truly. Of course, I will totally be exercising my bragging rights if Galaxy Girl or Catwitch wind up winning. But that's just me. Hope you all like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I agree that I made this video. For all of you guys who watch, enjoy for today, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Shoot, did I say happy Thursday? Oh, happy Thursday in case I didn't say that earlier in the video. And remember, if you guys want to talk to us, we're here to lend you. Always be back, take care, and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.